Lag Game Club.
Welcome to the Nerd Lag Game Club podcast, the podcast that gives us a chance to step back and play a game with friends. I'm Corey, and I'm joined by three party members today: Lauren,
Hey.
Tonsa,
What up?
and Daniel.
Hello.
In this episode of the Game Club, we're trying to save a bankrupt company and playing 2020's Going Under. Going Under was developed by Aggro and published by Team 17. Aggro has developed this, and their newest game is called Subway Midnight, which is like a horror game, I guess. This was our game pick for the month of March and was Dan's pick. So Dan, why don't you give us a brief summary of the story for this game?
So basically you're Jackie. You get hired at this company, Fizzle. Is it Fizzle? Or is that just what they make?
It is Fizzle.
Okay, Fizzle.
Fizzle.
Okay. You join as like an intern for a marketing job. And then on your first day, like doing your little stupid videos, like you mostly do at jobs, there's a monster there, and the boss is kind of like, yeah, I need you to go handle that. Then you have to go through 3 different dungeon type companies, fighting monsters, getting a relic that the boss says will kind of make productivity better. That's kind of the gist of it. You just kind of work through different
mini
dungeons. Yeah, all the characters give you different type of like quests.
Build like relationship with your coworkers, type S things, while being a roguelike.
All right, before we get any further into the game, I want to give the spoiler warning. So if you want to play this game, then I recommend playing it before listening. With that being said, who wants to talk about the gameplay and mechanics for Going Under?
I mean, I guess I can. It's just a roguelike, so you do a lot of like procedural, generally like dungeons. So each time you enter the dungeon, different rooms, different like areas, you encounter like the same gist of enemies per dungeon, but not in like a order. So the idea is to keep getting better, unlock abilities, and going. You have your basic attack, heavy attack. You can throw. Some weapons have like you could shoot. Like there's a gun. But that's basically it. It's a roguelike.
So essentially, like each dungeon's a little bit different. And as you said, like they are random, but you'll get like shops typically and like little closets that give you new skills. There's a ton of different skills in this game. There's an achievement that I was looking at that's collecting all 74 skills.
That's
Sheesh.
crazy.
So there's quite a bit in the ways of that. And those skills can be anything from if you die in the dungeon that you revive yourself with like 1 heart, increasing in size, decreasing in size, increasing your attack, having more like immunity to like fire, electricity, stuff, ice. So you kind of can play as you want, because as you go into each dungeon, you are able to assign one assigned skill out of the ones that you fully like researched, I guess.
Yeah, you've used multiple times, so you have like a better understanding or something that allows you to equip it right off the start.
Right, so you can go into like a dungeon. Like I know for early on, I used the one that would bring you back if you died with 1 heart, because just sometimes that's what I needed, was just to die, in one little spot, come back, and then after that I was able to recover all my hearts and stuff.
Yeah, I kind of use that one, or I also used like the big weapon one.
I used the heart one, or I used the one that electrocutes if you do like a critical hit.
Oh, I like that one too.
The
Yeah.
one that just has the blade rotating around you.
Yeah, when I beat the very first dungeon, I unlocked that skill, and I was like, man, this thing's dope. And then in the second dungeon, it's not as good.
Yeah, like their distance.
Essentially, you do 3 different dungeons. The first one's goblin,
Job.
joblin,
Goblin. Yeah.
which I don't know what that technically is. It's kind of like I don't know how to explain that one so much. The other
I think
two
it's
are
just like like a
It's
like
like an
office
office
company.
building. Yeah.
Yeah.
right, and then the second one is stick coin. Stick coin.
That's the third one.
I'm gonna say I think it just depends.
The
'cause
second
you-
one is
I played
Finky Wink or whatever.
I
Yeah.
played Bitcoin second.
Yeah, I did
Yeah,
that one first.
They unlock at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I was
So
gonna say. I think they all.
Oh, actually, I think I know what happened. So in mine, I kept losing in the first dungeon, and every time you like lose in a dungeon, like stuff still like progresses.
Yeah, it's happening.
So I
Yeah.
unlocked Finky Dink before I beat the first dungeon, so I didn't unlock the stick coin or whatever until after.
Oh, we got Winky Dink.
Yeah, Winky Dink, that's what it is.
Yeah, so Winky Dink is essentially that one's like Tinder.
Yeah, it's like a dating app website thing.
Which it's pretty weird. There's like a lot of like things throughout the dungeon that implies that it's like a sex app.
Well, it's all supposed to be like emojis.
Right, but it's a sex dungeon.
Oh, yeah.
There's like whips and fans and body pillows and
And the low-hanging fruit.
eggplants. Yeah.
So body pillows, sex dungeon, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the ones that you can like so you're not so alone.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
just like a correlation. Whips.
Well, the ones I was thinking were like the body
Yeah.
pillows that have like
The arm.
the little girl, like the demon girl on it.
Anime.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Then you had like the cuddle arm, like the one that has like just the arm.
Yeah, cuddle pillow.
Yeah.
Did you guys have a favorite dungeon? Well, I guess we should talk about the other one. The Cryptcoin one is like a mine, like a, if you're mining for crypto, essentially.
Yep.
And it's mainly like skeletons in that one. Skeletons
Yeah,
and
with, like,
bats.
Pickaxes and the one that has the Giga drill.
Yeah, like the excavator, like mech.
Yeah.
So that one's like more like a mine. That one was my least favorite.
Same. I think.
But did you guys have a favorite dungeon out of those three?
I don't know. I like Winky Dink.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I don't know. I felt Winky Dink was the easiest.
I like Twinkie Dink because of the matching, and it was just fun to see how long regardless if it was a boyfriend or girlfriend, how long they would last through the dungeon.
Yeah, you have there's rooms in Winky Dink that have like a phone, and it gives you three options. So you can reject all three, or you can like swipe right on someone, and then you have to fight them. And
Yeah.
I think if you defeat them quick enough, they'll join you.
Yep.
I think it's based on how much damage they do to you.
Yeah,
like, if
I
they
think
hit
that's
you like
it.
3 times or something, then you won't get them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just remember just beating them down really fast, and then they'd be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you got a boyfriend."
Right. So like I like that dungeon, but I like the other one's boss better.
Which one?
The stick coin or whatever.
Oh, what is his
Oh,
name?
yeah.
Bones.
Hustle Bones.
Hustle Bones.
Hustle Bones. He's like the Grim Reaper, but also like a DJ.
Yeah, I love him.
Just trying to hustle. Love it.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. I like the boss fight of that one too. The first one, the boss is caffeinated or
Mhm.
caffeine, which is pretty simple boss fight. Nothing too crazy about that one. And then the boss fight in Winky Dink is your
Mr.
Master Hand.
stereotypical is a hand boss fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beat up the two hands allows you to hit the core body, or in this case, just a floating face.
If you played Smash Brothers, you easily know the moveset.
If you've played any Zelda
It's
game.
literally the same exact moves.
That's what. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the same moves from Smash Brothers.
Yeah, but once you beat each one of those dungeons the first time around, you get each relic, as Dan was talking about. and you put it in on the fountain in like the middle of the lobby. That fountain turns into like a weird
Portal.
rainbow swirl portal, and that is also a dungeon.
It's like a tower dungeon. Like you go,
Yeah.
like you'll beat the enemies on the first floor, then you'll go down another floor.
Yeah, you like spawn in, you grab like a skill or a weapon or whatever, then you go to the next floor, kill an enemy or a couple enemies, and then you just progressively go lower until you get to the boss fight, which, spoiler alert, I guess, is the manager, Marv.
Good old Marv.
Did anyone struggle with this fight?
I did.
I struggled the first time, I think. I think it was the first time.
Well, I kept waiting to pick up the sword till I used the weapons I had, and the sword, like, he destroys the sword.
He does?
Yeah, so then you're left with no weapons unless you catch one of the ones he rolls at you. I don't know if you remember when we were playing and I was bitching about how I was punching him, and it happened like 3 times in a row.
Oh,
And I
see,
got off
my
that
sword
thing.
never broke.
Same.
Even if you left it there?
I don't
No,
know.
you
And-
pick it up, you're fine. But if you like, I went to use the weapons in my like I brought like down, he destroys the sword or and like I could have just been glitchy, but it happened 3 times, so I'm assuming it's just an event like triggered. Like if I don't pick it up in time.
Well, I mean, if a weapon gets hit in an arena or like throughout any of the dungeons, if it takes enough damage before you even pick it up, it will get destroyed.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
This boss fight's a little weird. I beat it first try, which I think was a fluke because I did not beat him the first try later on. But he does like a coffin drop,
Yeah, that's when I would always attack.
which I really liked. He can parry you, which I never got parried. So someone please tell me how that works.
No, it's just like
Well, it's
whenever
just-
you
it's an
like
attack.
go to hit him, like he would like stun, like you would hit, and he would kind of just like stun you for like a quick second and then just hit you.
Yeah.
It was kind of like one quick fast motion.
Well, I never had that happen to me. So when you guys were talking about it, I was super confused.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know, he's an anime boy.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the main character of an anime. Or when you first seen him later on, you were like, "Is this Cloud?"
Yeah,
Same.
Because he has like a big old Buster blade later
Yeah, a
on.
razor blade.
But after you beat him, the world goes to shit, basically.
You go under.
Yeah,
Company
you go
goes
to
under.
Underworld.
Yeah, the company goes under and everyone turns into a fish.
Yeah, which I don't.
Or
don't
some
really
variation.
Yeah, I
understand
wasn't
of
really
a
sure
fish.
about. Yeah,
Before we go any further, did you guys have a favorite coworker?
Dude, Swamp was kind of cool.
yeah, they were all pretty.
Yeah.
Like the dialogue in this game is like, pretty good. Like I don't remember as much just because there's a lot of like subtle little small jokes. And it's
Yeah.
been a couple days, but like, yeah, his like lines stick out. Just like some of the lines of what Raymond, the CEO, like, especially when you go like confront him about like the thing, and you're like, "Well, you gonna fight me? I'll have to take it like or take it from everybody else." And he was like, "No, you're good, man. Or just be safe." So I mean, I don't know, the dog's probably up there.
The dog's pretty cool. I just like, is Swamp the.
He's
He's the
the.
barista.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the best.
I don't care either way, man. I'm just go with the flow or whatever.
He's like, I'm good with being a fish.
Yeah, he's like, I'm good with being whatever. I don't like worry about much. Like it had great dialogue.
That's good. I like him a lot. But so essentially, once you beat Marv the first time, you have to go back through the true forms of each dungeon.
Yeah, and get their shard from like the shareholder.
Right, because you're gonna go confront the shareholder. So you do. It's all each the same. Like the areas are just more difficult. Like as you progress,
There's some new enemies.
some new enemies, but not really. They're kind of just more like
Yeah.
variations of the same enemy.
More cars apparently for me.
Yeah.
The whole Joblin one is like nothing but cars, and there'll be like 4 or 5 of them, and I'm like, I hate this.
And then So the boss fights are a little different, a little more difficult. I know like the stick coin one, you have to like collect currency for the water to go down.
Yeah, I feel like that was the easiest one out of like. Well, no, I feel like the first boss, which I found to be the easy, like real easy, like the Joblin one, ended up being harder this time around compared to the other ones.
What about you, Lauren? Did you think that the bosses were way more difficult second go around?
No, not really. I thought they were easier the second time around, if I'm being honest.
Can we address the elephant in the room?
Hmm.
So this game offers an assist mode.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I played with all the assists turned all the way up. And my reasoning being is I would never finish this game in time. It took me 3 hours to beat the first dungeon.
I also turned on the weapon durability because I only had like an hour and a half left. But then we didn't even record that night, so
Yeah.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
no, I would have rather recorded then. Like while the
Um,
game was still like fresh.
So I finished it without any assist mode on.
Same.
So true gamers over here, right, Dan?
Yeah, the best
Yeah,
ones.
I just did the weapon durability because I found by the time I got to the boss fights, I would have like no weapons or like they would break.
I felt bad for Lauren though because it did take her 3 hours, and she was laying on the floor in my game room, and she goes, "Yes, finally!"
So stressful.
Well, I mean, that's like the good part of games challenging, but like I like the way even in their assist mode, they're like, hey, don't feel bad. Like this game is meant to be difficult. We're giving you this option to make it like, play how you want to play.
Right.
And I think more games kind of need that. I mean, this is the whole Elden Ring thing popped up. I don't think every game needs this. Because, like, I mean, Dark Souls games are designed to be relentless, and making them easy makes it not that. But this isn't. This is just supposed to be a difficult, fun game. So them having this assist mode where it doesn't beat you down, or like, like certain games like Metal Gear made you wear like the chicken costume if you like made like lower the difficulty and stuff.
Ridicule you.
Yeah, like this game was like, nah, you're good, do whatever. I like their little message. It was good.
I like that it just gives the option to somebody that's not very good at games like this, just so they can still enjoy the story and the dialogue.
I mean, regardless, even you're still gonna probably die. Like, just because I did the weapon durability didn't really make it much easier. Like, it just made when I carried the jumbo swords and stuff, they wouldn't break in a couple hits.
So after you rebeat each of the 3 dungeons, you unlock the elevator, which leads you up to the shareholders. This is like a warehouse for cubicle, which is what delivers you items and skills and like money and stuff throughout the game. Pretty interesting concept. A lot of assist creatures in this one.
Yeah, I just felt like everything I needed throughout the game, like, because I struggled with finding weapons a lot. This game was like, here you go, here's a weapon, here's too many weapons.
Yeah, here's 70
yeah.
boxes in this room, and you can only pick 3 or 4 depending on if you got that skill.
Mm-hmm.
But you basically just go through floors of this, and they're robot enemies. It's like these like flying drones that shoot like either like the bomb gun at you or like the laser
Little
gun.
laser.
Or it's like I don't even know what those other ones are.
Little pillar things that shoot fire?
Yeah, like what would you even consider those? Like they're just like an AI robot.
Yeah, I'm not
Yes.
sure, I guess, yeah.
And then once you get through all this, you go every so often you see the creatures that you were fighting in the other 3 dungeons, and they're there to help you. They'll give you like a skill, and they'll also give you some sort of healing for free, which is pretty cool of them. And once you get to the end, you run into Marv again. And this is the time we were talking about. He has like this giant like buster sword.
I swear he's wearing like a tank top too or something. He was
He's ripped, man. He has like a 8-pack going on in this fight.
Yeah.
It's essentially the same fight, though, right? Correct me if I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
he does the same. He does the same moves.
Yeah.
What about you,
I didn't
Lauren?
really notice his scroll the last time. I feel like it was way longer.
What was the question?
Did you think he was any different the second time around? Marv, your boy Marv.
I played through this so quickly once I switched over, so I'm trying to think. I don't feel like he was all like that different. Maybe like a little bit harder, but not really.
Yeah, I think the only thing I really noticed, and he might have done it the first time, but I never got to that point. Did he like absorb all those items and like start chucking them at you in the first fight with him?
Uh, uh-uh.
I don't
I don't
remember
think there
him
was really anything to be
absorbing
absorbing, but
anything.
he like pulls
I
out
don't
like
think
the
so.
scroll from like Naruto and starts chucking shit at you.
Is that what it
Yeah.
was?
Yeah, he's got like
Probably.
He has all
What's her
these
name's
items
ability?
stored like in a
In
alternate
a scroll, yeah.
dimension.
Yeah, you like pull out a scroll and then like 5 items will appear above him and then like shoot out towards you. As opposed to
Okay.
like the first
Yeah,
one
he
where
was
it'd
like
be like 3 or something.
I didn't even see it in the first fight with him.
Yeah, I didn't notice it. Like I noticed he would throw like 3 things that first fight, but this one I noticed. And I was like, "What is he 10-10? Like just throwing like stuff from the ninja scrolls."
A lot of
And like
pop.
that's you could tell like he's so heavily inspired by that stuff. It was
Yeah,
cool.
he's an anime fan for sure.
Yeah.
He loves anime.
Um, After this fight, you get to fight the true final boss, which is the shareholders. And once you get there, you realize that they are all dead.
Yep.
And the AI
Yep.
cube, Avi, has apparently absorbed their brain. And at first, I thought this fight was going to end with you just punching it off the table.
Same.
And then that would just be it.
I was hoping so. I was like, please tell me that's the end, because that'd be so funny.
I would have been like, this is great. Because, like, you have a boss fight right before it.
It would have been just like our mini game where you fight I don't know what that game was called. Paniku or whatever, where you like kick him off the moon.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
exactly.
like if it was like that, that'd been interesting.
But anyways, you kick her off the table, then she like, I don't know, absorbs the real world into like a cloud-based server kind of thing. I don't know what's happening exactly.
Oh yeah, and at one point you go into the cloud. I'm like,
Lauren, you know all about this stuff.
the cloud.
You, for that boss fight, you like fight the friggin' drones or whatever and a bunch of the same enemies you have been, and then you upload basically your consciousness into the cloud, which is where she's stored at. Because she's just a program at the end of the day. So you go in and you fight her in the cloud. It's like attacking a virus, essentially.
I enjoyed that they strip your weapons away from you for that portion.
Yeah, you like fist fight it.
Yeah, so I made sure that I grabbed the power up because I died like the first couple times. But I grabbed the power up where you have like fighting bigger enemies, so you have like big old boxing gloves on. So I'd go in there and I was just like wah 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 wah. So I did way more damage once I did that, and that was the time that I beat it. So pretty cool though. Can we mention the music that plays?
Oh, during that part was the best.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what it says now,
It's
but I was
like
vibing to it.
upload your brain.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But I was jamming to that until like my game my game literally froze in the middle of that.
Oh
And
yeah, I
I
forgot
had to
you had
restart
that.
it. Yeah, so I was in the middle of the fight. I probably got it like maybe halfway, but I had so many enemies spawn on the screen that I was, attacking them, and then the whole thing just froze. I heard music, and then eventually the music cut out too, and I had to restart that whole level all over again.
I had
You
an
were
issue
you
with
were
that
so
too.
upset.
Not
I
like
was
a freebie.
extremely upset because it started me all the way back to going into. I had to grab the last piece that I needed and go back into that level again.
Yeah, like my sound glitched at that. Like the part where you're like fighting and then the square drops and it starts shooting a laser and trying to flip on you. Is I started getting like just sound was awful.
Yeah. I also had issues. So let's just talk about the fact that I think I'm the only person that played on the Switch.
Yep.
And even when we would do like the loading screens in between levels, mine would lag out like I had a bad internet connection. It would get real laggy.
Yeah. Also, since I was playing on PC and you were playing on the Switch, at one point we were comparing our load screens.
Well, yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
hard to compare though. Like mine's like an NVMe. That's gonna blow that Switch out of the water regardless.
Well, yeah, but it's just interesting to see like how
Yeah,
it
the load screen.
lags. Yeah.
That's like when I watch Corey stream or not when Dan was streaming Owner and Corey got to see how like long our load and cut like when we die and how long it takes. And he's like, "Oh, mine are like instant, like you come
Yeah.
back."
On that PS5.
Yeah,
But that's pretty much the story. I mean, you beat the AI after that, after punching her out of the cloud, and you take all of her program away besides the ability to like make coffee. And everything around you is on fire, and you and all your coworkers dance.
yeah, that was probably
Yeah.
I like the ending of that.
Yeah, it's pretty
Okay.
Might as
satisfying.
well just groove out. Yeah, might as well just groove out. We have each other. Like doesn't matter what's going on.
I love that it's real close up to you guys, and it doesn't look all that bad. And then
Mhm.
as you're dancing, it's slowly panning away, and there's like fire over here, and like the
Like the whole
one
city,
wall
it's
is
not. It didn't
missing.
just affect like you; it affected the world.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, good times. Yeah, that was it. That was the end of the game, and then you can go back through and continue to play if you'd want to. Which I did some of the side like request stuff from the coworkers. They don't really give you a whole lot other than like new skills that each mentor will give you. Yeah, I mean it makes it a little easier. Sometimes they're pretty good, like the Raymond, like the CEO or whatever. If you as you up like level him up, he'll have random rooms that show up throughout dungeons that will give you extra skills.
Oh, that'd be pretty good.
Yeah, and sometimes you'll go into that room and have a skill, and then there'll be weapons laying around. So like it is pretty beneficial, like for that one. I never really got behind the dude that was doing like the cans of like fizzle.
Yeah, I didn't do
I
this.
didn't really feel like they were all that strong or like worthwhile. But as you level him up, he'll give you a bento box,
Mhm.
and it gives you 3 pieces of food to heal yourself. So
That's pretty good then.
yeah, so it definitely does pay off if you do level up these mentors, but I don't really think they're necessary. But it's pretty cool. Let's talk about art and music. We talked about the boss fight music at the end, which was like some dubstep. It was like slapping. But we didn't really talk about art. So how about Dan? How about you tell us kind of what this game
no.
looks like?
I don't know how to describe it. It's like kind of ragdoll like esque. I don't know. It's kind of bright colors.
Yeah,
I
it's
really
very
don't know how to how to really describe the art of this game.
wonky, but
Yeah,
in, like,
it's
a
pretty
good
weird.
way.
Everyone's kind of like oblong in one way or another. Like you either have
Yeah,
like kind of long arms or like you're real short with like long legs kind of or I mean everything's just a little weird, but it is very colorful. It's not the greatest looking thing I've ever seen, but I also don't think it was meant to be.
I think for what it is, it's fine. Like, it's weird enough that it stands out, but like, I don't know, it almost reminded me of like Spore. Like where like you just kind of like created these creatures and then like however they landed, he was like, all right, well this is this one,
I
this is
could see
this
that.
one. like used like almost the same thing, just added like shapes and textures.
And then the music throughout the game is pretty much the same. It just kind of
Yeah,
does its thing. It's kind of like
soundtrack's not bad.
ambience. Oh, right. What was your guys' time to completion?
Not gonna lie, I didn't look, but I would estimate at least 8 hours, maybe more.
I'm gonna open my game real quick.
So I have like a little over 9 hours total, but I think I finished it somewhere between 7 and 8 because I went back through and played like a bunch of dungeons again, just trying to get those skills, like I said. So I think mine was like 7 to 8 hours, somewhere in that ballpark.
Mine was a little bit longer than 8. But that's also because I got stuck on the first dungeon for like 2.5 hours.
I love that
Mine's
you
good.
like struggled and then all of a sudden you were just like, okay, now I got this.
Yeah. Oh, I also got stuck on Styx coins, like true form.
The boat.
Well, no, just the whole dungeon.
Yeah, the dungeon itself was hard.
Oh.
The boss fight
Yeah.
was fine.
Yeah.
I had an issue with the Joblin one. I just kept getting down to him like with no weapons. Then I just struggle with half hearts most of the time, and then his laser move I couldn't beat, and then the stick guy when he would do that spinning on his hand laser, I'd lose that too, and I was like, man, what the fuck's up with these lasers?
All about the lasers. Do you know what your time is, Tonsa? Did you find it?
Yeah, 7 hours 24 minutes.
All right. Before we head into the last section of the episode, is there anything else that you guys want to talk about for Going Under?
I think we summed it up. I think.
Yeah, we kind of touched base with most things. Just if there was anything else you wanted to point out.
What are you gonna do if we recommend it or not?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move into that.
Oh, okay.
All right. Each episode, we go around and find out if we would recommend the game and why or why not. So, since Lauren brought it up, we're going to start with her. Would you recommend this game and why or why not?
Okay, so for somebody like me who doesn't play these type of games and is terrible at them, with all the assists on, yes. Without all the assists on, no. Honestly, I don't think I would have finished the game at all if I couldn't have made it easier for myself. It's just not my playstyle, typically. So, with assists, yes. Without, no.
I feel like that's fair. There's no way.
I guess I would
think-
say it would be like a recommend because it has that.
Right, that's what I mean. If it was the same game without the assists, no.
Yeah, and then that
But
would rely on
since
your.
it gives you that option to make it easier for somebody like me, yes.
Yeah, there you go.
I couldn't imagine you, Lauren, playing like the true forms of these dungeons on like normal.
No, I couldn't do it. It's just not the way I play.
All right, Tenza, how about you?
I feel like it comes down to every time. If it's on Game Pass, yes. Like playing, like this game is fine. It's an easier roguelike than like some of the ones I've played, especially with us going through like, Elden Ring while playing this game. It's definitely not as hard. Even if when it spikes, it's hard. You get like random RNG where it's like, oh, I walked through that dungeon easy this time. It just took me 50 tries to get here. So yeah, I recommend it. I think Lauren got it for $5 on the Nintendo store. It's on sale on Steam, or was on sale for around $5. And on Game Pass, I think $20 is a little. I mean, it's not like super expensive. I think 20 is okay, but it was still. I don't know. Comes down to, yes, I would recommend it. Just price point I would like to see it closer to like $10.
What about you, Dan?
Yeah, I would recommend it. Just I don't know. I kind of like these roguelike games just because I don't know. I feel like it's always kind of different.
It's because you're a
You
masochist.
can kind of play it how you want. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, I didn't. I enjoyed it, but I also got on Game Pass, and I don't know. I don't know how much it actually costs.
$20.
I
I don't think
It is what it
$20
is,
is
I
a
guess.
bad price for it, like because there is a full story there. and your average person's going to take 8 to 10 hours. So I think that price point's fine. But like after playing it, I just don't see myself spending $20 or telling somebody to buy it for 20. But it's good. I like it.
If you have never played a roguelike before, I would probably not recommend this in the aspect of price. Try it for a low price, like you said. But if you're into roguelikes, I think this is a good one. I think it was done well. I think there's parts of this that you can struggle with. There's also parts where you just run through things. I like the story enough that it keeps you entertained. There's some stupid dialogue. I just like the setting because it's pretty random. That it's just in an office building, like you're just working at an office, and they're like, "Yeah, there's actually creatures underneath us."
Hmm.
And I guess why I would say I recommend for people who want to get in roguelikes is because you can turn, like, you could adjust the difficulty. Like Lauren said, she would not have played this without that. And she doesn't play these kind of games, so it let her experience this type of game.
Right.
But I
So I
also
think-
think, regardless, I think if she had to have paid $20 for this and it wasn't part of the podcast, I don't think she would have went out of her way regardless
Yeah.
with like the assist mode. But yeah, I would recommend it. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. I think it was pretty good. Like, and I don't typically play stuff like this. Not like just pure roguelikes.
Yeah, I dabble every once in a while. Like I did Dead Cells this year, and I've played like Hades. So it's like I'm into them enough that like I've played them, but like this is definitely by far what I would say the easier one is.
I have the pick for the month of April. So I'm going to tell everyone what game we're playing and why I chose it. I chose De Blob. It is a old game that came out for the Wii originally, then released for like the 360 and PS3, I think. Essentially, it's like a platformer, but you have to bring back color to a world of gray. I never finished this, but I really enjoyed it, what I played of it. So that's part of the reason I chose it. But I also think you guys should play it, and it's a little bit easier. It'll be a game that you're not going to have to put too much effort into. It's pretty easy platform base game. And you got to learn your colors, Tonsa. Red and yellow makes orange.
Nope,
Yay.
never heard of that.
But
Oh, yikes.
I don't know if it still is, but we picked up a copy for $5 on Steam. It was on sale. I don't know if you grabbed your copy, Dan. Did you?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if it's still on sale or not, but it should be less than 20 regardless.
$20. Ooh.
Yeah. So that's what we'll be playing for the month of April.
Looking forward to playing it.
Yeah, should be different.
Is there co-op modes in this?
I don't know if
Is
the
it
first one's
PvP?
co-op. The second one for sure is.
Well, I see like PvP, like soccer things. We're gonna have to queue up and whoop each other's ass, and
Yeah, I have
See how
to beat
that
you
goes?
down.
right.
All right. Before we get into some plugs, anything else you want to say about Going Under, or if we close the book on this one?
I
You
think
wanted
we're
them to
done.
release their merch.
Oh, yeah,
Or let you
I want
order the
some. I
shirt.
want bring the merch back so I can buy a hoodie.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
their store has merch for their new game, and like kind of just the brand itself. But I want them to bring something back for this so I can buy it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Also, just a quick shout out to the game studio Aggro Crab. It is 6 people that made this, so good job, guys.
Yeah, it's great.
But all right, great. I had a lot of fun talking about Going Under on NLGC. But before we go, we wanted to share where you can find us online.
First, we have a YouTube channel called Nerdlag where we'll be uploading some great content. So make sure to subscribe for the latest videos. We have a Facebook page at Nerdlag Game Club. Make sure to like the page so you can get the latest news about the podcast. You can also find us over on Twitter at Nerdlag, where we share some of the latest gaming news and stuff we find interesting. And lastly, we have a Discord at Nerdlag where you can talk to us in voice chat and join in some discussion about everything nerdy like video games, anime, movies, and chat with like-minded people. If you'd like to join, ask for an invite. We also want to thank everyone that tuned in for this episode. And if you enjoyed it, make sure you share it with your friends. And also follow us on Spotify. It really helps.
On to the final credits. At the end of each episode, we take a little bit of time to talk about the things we're playing, gaming news that we think is interesting or cool, or just really just catch up about anything. But yeah, so is there anything you guys want to talk about?
We've been addicted to Elden Ring. Were we addicted to Elden Ring their last podcast too?
No.
No,
I don't think
I don't remember when we got that, so I also don't remember when we recorded. So all of us, I mean, Lauren dropped Elden Ring, but now she's playing Kirby. But we've been playing Elden Ring. I'm kind of stuck right now.
I am on the final boss of Elden Ring.
I think I'm getting pretty close to being done.
There you go.
Maybe, I don't know.
I hit level like 86 today. I just got a grind.
I'm at level 140, and I still feel like it's not enough, and I hate it.
as I'm struggling to grind just levels. I beat like bosses and dragons. I've wasted so much runes in the beginning of the game just dying the random shit and be like, I'm good. I don't even want to go back. It was only 20,000. Now I'm like, I gotta find a place to farm.
Yeah, later on though, those later bosses, like they'll give you like 300,000 if you beat them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, just gotta beat them.
pretty good leveling up there. But yeah, pretty addicted to Elden Ring. We've put in quite a bit of time. I'm coming to the end of it, hopefully. Not that it's bad or anything, it's absorbing my life.
Yeah, we've all put at
Yeah.
least 50 plus hours.
Yeah, I
into
think
it.
I have like 70 hours in it now.
I really
Yeah,
want
I
to
think I
play
just
like
hit 60.
damn. I really want to play like something different. Like we were talking
Yeah,
about
I bought
earlier.
Kirby, and still haven't opened it because I've just been playing Elden Ring. So, yeah.
Yeah, like today, I'm like, I think I might just play like something chill.
And then you played Elden Ring.
Oh, I played Elden Ring. No, tonight I'm gonna play something chill because I played Elden Ring today.
Oh.
And I'm like, I'm okay. I played like for like 2.5, 3 hours. I did a little bit of a rebuild. Same character, but I had more like health and a little more dexterity since I was using the moon katana, and it scales off dex and intelligence.
Lauren,
Yeah, so that
talk to us about Kirby. I want to know your thoughts, fresh off the top of your noggin.
Okay, so I was talking about Kirby at work today because my store manager is also playing Kirby, and he dropped playing Halo because he's having so much fun playing Kirby, which I think speaks for it. But it's so good. Honestly, I don't think I've played a Kirby game since I was a kid, so I went into it kind of like, oh, I even asked you guys, like, you think I should put it on easy mode or just regular? And you're like, oh, just try regular. It's not hard. I had maybe 2 bosses that I had a little trouble with, which you would think would be like Meta Knight or King Dedede. No. One was like an armadillo.
I remember that.
And the other one was like the final boss. I struggled for a minute before I switched my power. But like it's just so it's a very like casual game. Like it's something that you could just pick up for a couple hours, have fun, like, try there's so many different powers. You can go into mouthful mode and like your big fat Kirby with a bunch of water inside of you that you could like spray out, or you could be a car. Or there's so much to it. It's such a good time. Like I think everybody should play it. I think it's that good.
I'd like to give it a whirl. I'm like I said, I'm trying to finish Elden Ring so I can escape its clutches.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looked like you had a good time. You kind of breezed through it too. It seems like you finished it just over like a couple days, and it was only like a few hours before bed.
Yeah, so I finished it last night. It was good. I'm happy I bought it. It was worth it to me. Worth the $60 all day.
Did Did you even open yours yet, Dan?
Nope.
Sealed. Nice.
Yep, still just sitting on my table in a GameStop bag.
It's
Didn't
so
even take it out
good.
of the bag.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's a fishing like thing on it. So you can fish in a pond once you unlock it and get fish, and they get bigger as you like keep a chain going where you get more and more of them. It gets a little more complicated and they get bigger and bigger.
Big old tuna fish.
A big old fish. I showed you, Corey. It had goggles on.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, I think from what I can tell, it looks like it doesn't take itself too serious.
Mm-mm.
And I think this is a positive step for Kirby because most of the games that come out for it are usually like very gimmicky.
I can see that.
Well, that's Nintendo.
Right, but
They
I mean,
usually
like,
only release the mainline game with gimmicky stuff. Like
R-
Mario Galaxy, Skyward Sword.
right, but I remember like growing up playing like I don't know what it was, like Curry Pinball or something
Yeah, I played a lot of
on
like
like the Game Boy, and I was like,
Dream
this is
World.
cool, but like, it's not really like a game like that I
Did you not
want.
play like Dream World, which is just a platform?
I did not.
Those are good. Those are like actually like mainline like Kirby games, not like the gimmicky stuff. Oh, Dreamland, not World. My bad.
Have we anything else, or has Elden Ring just conquered our life?
Just Elden Ring, man.
For however long that's been, it's just been. I get on, I play a little bit of it, don't make any progress, get off. I started rewatching the Harry Potter movies. That's about the only thing I did.
Me and Lauren went on a vacation
Mm-hmm.
and seen a soccer game, and we hit like a few gaming stores while we were there. Those were pretty neat.
Yeah, they were cool.
Kind of expensive, but pretty cool to see. They just had a lot of like anime stuff, video game stuff that you don't typically see in a store.
Sure.
Like you see them online, but never in a store.
Oh, there was the one store we went into. It was like video games on one side and figures on the other. And they had figures that were hundreds of dollars. There was like a Bloodborne like statue thing that was like $2,500 or something. Like just crazy amount of stuff.
They
It
even
was
had
wild.
the rim and ram, like I guess those are technically like head bust because they're only
Yeah.
for like the chest up, but those aren't even for sale. They just put them out so you could look at them.
Yeah.
Flex.
There was so many like Hatsune Miku figures that were like $300 because of how big they were. Like
Yeah,
it
that
was
makes sense.
crazy.
But yeah, that was pretty cool. I mean, just going into different stores like that, like locally owned video game stores are typically way better because they're just really odd inside.
Hmm.
But that's pretty much it. I mean, like I said, Elden Ring, I'm still working on my GameCube challenge. I finally got through Tom Clancy today.
I
Finally.
got new parts for my computer.
You did. You got a
Yeah.
new graphics
New
card.
graphics card and a new power supply because mine was too weak for the new graphics card. And I put them in myself.
Dan, did you ever
And
put
you
yours in?
only used your computer twice.
No,
Yep.
no, they're just both sitting on my floor.
That's a good place for a $900 graphics card.
I know, isn't it great?
To be
The world we
fair,
live in
I
today.
don't think it'll fit in Dan's case. I don't know why you don't just buy another one though. You got money just sitting around.
Nope, I'm poor.
All you gotta do is either go to Best Buy and get one of their generic like 3 choices. And yes, this is me talking shit about Best Buy. Or take a trip to Micro Center and get a bunch of different options.
Or Amazon. Fuck.
Or even Amazon, yeah. You don't even gotta leave your house. They'll deliver it.
The
I'm poor.
the last thing I want to mention, because he's just gonna keep saying I'm poor. They officially announced the Made in Abyss Collector's Edition.
Oh, yeah, they did. It says fall 2022.
Nice.
So I'm excited for that. We're getting another season of that.
Yep. I think it's like July or something.
So if I can give, I don't really watch anime, but if I can give you a recommendation for one, it's that one. Watch Made
It's
in
so
Abyss.
I think it's on Amazon Prime.
It's wonderful. It's weird.
So
It's
underrated.
super weird, but it's wonderful.
Yeah,
Anything
I like
else?
it a lot. Nope. I think
Yeah,
I'm good.
All right, I had fun with this.
Morbius is bad.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about Morbius. That just takes us.
I hope you guys didn't see the reviews for Harry Potter.
I've seen those too. Looks terrible.
They got worse than Morbius.
Yeah.
So,
Wait, the new Harry Potter movie? Is that
yeah.
what you're talking about?
Fantastic Beast movie. Yeah.
Oh God.
There's
So, or
the review that I seen was literally talking about how they focus solely on the fact of establishing that Dumbledore is gay over doing anything else in the movie.
I just seen that was like we're taking the magic out of Harry Potter or like out of the universe and making it as most mundane as possible. And I was like, that sucks since the whole thing's about Fantastic Beast. Like,
Right.
like it's supposed to be fantasy and then you're gonna do it not so fantasy.
So to be fair with this, I don't even know how they made a movie about the Fantastic Beast book because it's literally just almost like a
Well,
I don't know
Like
what
an encyclopedia.
yeah,
Right?
of the creatures, but there's not like they wrote a story around it.
the first movie was great because guess what? It was about Fantastic Beast. The other movies were not.
Yeah,
Like
the second
one
one's
barely
weird.
had. It had the
Yeah,
one on the lake. That was basically the only thing I remember.
we
Like the
are
bull thing.
going to go see Sonic this weekend. So hopefully that
Sonic,
one takes us out of the dumps.
Sonic and the Nicolas Cage movie might be the best movies in April.
Yep, and then we'll get
I have no
then
idea.
hopefully we're blown away by Doctor Strange.
Yeah, we'll see.
That should be good.
But
That's
all
a
right,
mainline.
I had fun having a little extra time at the end of this episode, but I think it's time for us to install the next game and get ready for the next episode. So thanks for
Yeah.
listening, and we will see you guys for the next one.
See ya. Bye.
Later.
I